Welcome, brothers and sisters. So today, Khorne Games, are going to be doing something a bit different with training. Today, we are not really going to be aiming at training the muscles, but another certain area that doesn't get touched that much and can help prevent injury. Or, if you do have injury, will help strengthen it so we can get back on track of the long war. So come join me as we are going to talk about negatives and how they can benefit you in the long war. Roar! So, let's just start with the injury I'm having at the moment. I'm having a bit of strain on the brachius muscle here due to the tendons grabbing on around here. So it stops me really performing on hammer curls. But do not fret, my berserkers, as, of course, I will be back training properly, and this doesn't stop me from doing other bicep exercises. It's only hammer curls. We still have the open grip, as the open grip will then stop the force of that brachius muscle. So, if you do have an injury, always look at thinking outside the warp. See what I said there? Instead of the box, the warp. Anyway, we're going to get straight into it. So, how can I do a negative exercise to help strengthen and also work on the range of motion with the ligament and the tendons? Well, with negatives, of course. Now, a negative is a bit different. So instead of a bicep curl where we go a 1-2, 1, 1-2 with the tempo from the point A position to the point B position, back to the point A position, we're going to do something a bit different. So, we're going to use preacher curls to help with this injury. And first up, this is going to help work on the range of motion, but also work on strength with coming to the tendons. Tendons like to be worked on a motion of the downwards movement where they get used and strengthened, and the tempo will be a lot longer on the downwards motion than what it will be on the up motion. Basically, the bottom and up motion will be the same, around that 1 or 2 seconds. And also remember, you'll be doing this of course of a lighter weight, and you might actually, over time, with maybe the 6th or 7th rep, have trouble bringing that weight back up. It's okay to use the other arm to bring it back up. For today's purposes, I'm showing a negative where you're going to use a preacher curl. Now, if you have a preacher curl bench in your gym, that's perfect. But if you're using your home gym, use the incline of your bench, a light dumbbell, and for training purposes, I'm just going to show you from here. So from the point A, so I'm going to show you what a normal preacher curl looks like. That was the tempo. So basically a 1-2, 1, 1-2 back up. This is a negative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, and then back up. You see there we went more slower on the negative position and working on control, bringing the weight down, and basically aiming on stretching the tendon and working on strengthening it slowly. Tendons are trained a bit differently from biceps. Biceps muscles love contraction. Tendons like stretch and time over tension, like this. So, negatives are a bit different, as I did say. It's mainly focusing on training tendons and ligaments because, as I said, when performing that preacher curl just then, they do prefer a different type of style of training. They prefer it's not about the weight, it's about time under tension and the controlled movement of going down, okay? So, please, start adding negatives to your training. If you are starting to feel like you get injuries, always talk to your sports physio as well, and as always, keep on training. Now, of course, this injury, even though I've had this injury for a while, the brachius, and it stopped me from performing hammer curls, you can also do negatives as well with, I'm slowly getting back into skull crushes as well. I had a bit of problems with the elbows as well, and I'm performing negatives on a 1 dumbbell on each side, working on that downwards motion, going very slow, and then bringing it back up. I've noticed that has also reduced pain in the elbows when performing skull crushes. So, remember, negatives are basically working on the control on the downwards motion from the point B position and then just bringing the weight back to the point A. It is okay to use your other hand to bring it back to the weight as we're working more on that downwards motion. If you really do like this information, please subscribe to the page. As because we're berserkers, I like to keep it simple, and I do like to see the Warhammer 40k community get a little bit fitter and a little bit more knowledge when it comes to fitness. And if you have any more questions, please comment in the comment section down below, as this helps gives me an idea of other areas that people might want to learn. And as always, blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throw!